You think you know her. You've seen the highlight reels, the half-court heaves, the record-breaking stats. You've watched the stadium sell out and felt the ripple of the Clark effect on an entire sport. But behind the blinding lights and the roar of the crowd, there lies a narrative more complex, more dramatic, and more deeply human than any game film could ever capture. This isn't just the story of a basketball prodigy. It's an exploration of a force of nature, a girl from Iowa whose every move seemed to be a premonition of greatness, and a testament to the fact that some legends are not born, but forged in the fiery crucible of an unseen ambition. The story doesn't begin with a viral three-pointer, or a moment of televised glory. It begins in the quiet, unassuming landscape of Des Moines, Iowa. A place of endless cornfields and stoic resolve, a world far removed from the glitz and glamour of professional sports. Here, in this heartland haven, a child was born on January 22, 2002. Her name was Caitlin Clark. Her parents, Brent Ann and Clark, were athletes themselves, but even they couldn't have predicted the supernova of talent that was about to erupt. Her father, Brent, had played basketball at Simpson College. Her mother, Ann, was a steady, supportive presence. Together, they laid the foundation for a life defined by hard work and fierce dedication. But what truly set Caitlin apart wasn't just her inherited athleticism. It was an almost primal, unyielding competitive fire that seemed to flicker in her eyes from her earliest days. A fire that demanded attention, a hunger for victory that was both exhilarating and, to some, unnerving. What if the most intense competitor in modern sports was born not in a bustling metropolis, but in a world of silence and open spaces? The unassuming nature of her hometown was a dramatic foil to the explosive personality she would unleash on the court. Her early years were a blur of sports. She wasn't just a basketball player, she was a versatile athlete who excelled in soccer, softball, and track. There's a subtle, dramatic irony in this. Before she was a symbol of singular, focused greatness, she was a multi-talented athlete, a testament to her raw, unchanneled power. This period of her life is a forgotten chapter, a time when the world had no idea of the spectacle it was about to witness. Her iconic role in these early days was simply being a kid who loved to win, a trait that would one day define an entire generation of basketball fans. The narrative truly begins to take shape at Dowling Catholic High School. This is where the legend started to breathe, where the whispers began to turn into a roar. She didn't just play basketball, she redefined it. She was a scoring machine, a human highlight reel, but what most people don't know is the intensity of her training. The unseen hours, the solitary workouts, the relentless pursuit of perfection that happened long after the lights went out. The dramatic moments weren't just the game winners, they were the grueling practices, the sweat and tears shed in an empty gym, a ghost tirelessly perfecting her craft. Caitlin Clark's college choice was in its own way, a dramatic moment. With offers from some of the biggest names in women's basketball, she chose to stay home, to play for the University of Iowa. It was a choice that baffled some, a bold move that seemed to reject the traditional path to greatness. But for Caitlin it was the only path. This wasn't just a college commitment, it was a promise. A promise to her home state, to her family, and to herself. What kind of courage does it take to choose loyalty over legacy? By staying home, she didn't just build a new legacy, she shattered the old one. The records she broke at Iowa are not just numbers. They are the physical evidence of her will. Each point, each assist, each three-pointer was a dramatic strike against the history books. She didn't just surpass records, she obliterated them. The moment she broke Kelsey Plum's all-time NCAA women's scoring record was more than just a historical event. It was a climax built over years of tireless effort, a moment where the world finally caught up to the legend in the making. And when she broke Pete Maravich's all-time NCAA scoring record, it was a thunderous declaration. The most iconic role she ever played was not just being a player for the Iowa Hawkeyes, it was being a revolutionary. A single player who, through sheer force of talent and will, could single-handedly elevate an entire sport. The emotional trigger for audiences was seeing this journey unfold. We witnessed not just a player but a force. The dramatic moments were the clutch shots, the charged-up emotions, the raw passion she displayed on the court. Her famous shush to the opposing crowd became an iconic gesture, a moment of theatrical defiance that perfectly captured the intense, unapologetic spirit of her game. It was a sign that she didn't just play to win, she played to dominate, to command. Behind the public persona of the record breaker and the crowd pleaser is a fiercely guarded private life. We know about her family, her brother, Colin, a football player at Iowa State, and her sister, Blake, a basketball player at the University of Northern Iowa. Their support is a quiet, powerful constant in a world of deafening noise. But what about the person behind the athlete? The moments when the cameras are off, and the scoreboard is reset to zero. What happens when the greatest showman in sports has to face the silence? Her off-court life is a quiet counterpoint to the dramatic energy she exudes on the floor. Her relationships and personal life are not public spectacle. This is a conscious choice, a dramatic act of self-preservation in a world that seeks to consume every detail. While the public hungers for more, her choice to keep her private life private adds to the sense of mystery and intrigue. The dramatic tension isn't just on the court, it's in the quiet, unseen battle for normalcy, for a life outside the lens of the world's most powerful microscope. When it comes to her net worth and lifestyle, the numbers are as staggering as her stats. Her success on the court has translated into a financial windfall off it. Endorsement deals, lucrative contracts, and a rapidly growing brand have made her a millionaire. But her lifestyle in many ways remains grounded. She's not just a brand, she's an athlete. Her life is a rigorous schedule of training, travel, and competition. Her lifestyle is one of absolute, relentless dedication to her craft. The surprise isn't just the number, it's the fact that despite the fame and fortune, she continues to live and breathe basketball with the same passion she had as a child. Her journey from Iowa to the WNBA, as the #1 overall pick for the Indiana Fever, is a new chapter in the legend. But this is where the mystery truly deepens. The college hero has stepped onto a different stage, a new level of competition. This is where the narrative shifts from a story of triumph to a story of a new beginning, a test of her mettle against the best in the world. What happens when a legend is forced to prove herself all over again? Her greatest challenge isn't a record, it's the unknown of her own future. What will her iconic roles be in this new chapter? What dramatic moments await? The narration of Caitlin Clark's life is far from over. In many ways it's just beginning. Her story is a dramatic masterpiece, a thrilling saga of talent, will, and an unyielding competitive spirit. It's a story that proves the most captivating legends are not just about what we see, but about the unwritten chapters we are all so desperately waiting to witness. She's changed the game, rewritten the rules, and she's just getting started. But the real question is, how far will Caitlin Clark go? $1 billion brand? A WNBA dynasty? Or something the world hasn't seen yet? Hit that subscribe button if you believe we're witnessing history, and don't miss what's next in Caitlin's unstoppable journey. Drop a comment. Do you think she'll be the greatest of all time?